at night. Pierre de Fermat was a judge. When he went home, he wrote math puzzles. And he wrote the puzzle called Fermat's Last Theorem. And at the end, he said, I don't have time to show the proof or space. And then he died. For 250 years, mathematicians were scratching their head. Andrew Wiles tackled the problem. He's at Oxford now, but he's almost at the end of his math career, but he solved the problem. And as he was solving the problem, he had to come up with new things in maths that we teach today. Mathematics is actually somewhat malleable. You can be the next Andrew Wiles. Let me repeat. The next Andrew Wiles might be in this room. YX should just be a starting point for you. YX should be a hobby for you. You can go further. 100 years from now, God willing, we can hear about Tochukwu constant. We can hear about Babangida's constant. Why not? As a matter of fact, and I say this with all humility, and I thank God for what he has done in my life, I derived the power rule for differentiation without knowing that Isaac Newton had done it. It was when I then went to start checking and I was telling people I was excited that I found out that Newton actually already gave the formula for the power rule. And let me explain what I did to do that, and I'll stop. Have you ever squared numbers and noticed there's a pattern within the numbers as you square them? Okay, now cube those numbers and find the difference of the difference. You'll see that there's a pattern between them. Raise the numbers to the fourth power, and you will see that there's a pattern between the difference of the difference of the difference. Isaac Newton found the formula, which is called the power rule. I can tell you what the pattern between the 20th power, if you raise numbers to 20th power, I can tell you that answer in a minute because Isaac Newton gave us the power rule. This world that we live in has order, right? God has created the world with order. Mathematics is the language of the universe. It's the backbone of everything. And so that's why I say I'll go back to AI and stop. Because my main headline today was actually, you are living in a revolution. You are living in a what? Revolution. A revolution does not tweak what it meets. A revolution uproots it and throws it out. I follow closely the work in AI, and I'm a part of a group that uses agentic AI, which will become available to the world later this year. But here's what's interesting. Do you know that there was a time people thought that the Earth was the center of the solar system? Yes. Who changed that viewpoint? Who is the man who changed the viewpoint that the Earth is not the center of the solar system? Anyone know his name? Yes. Sorry? Oh, so Ptolemy is actually the guy that caused problem. He's the one who said the Earth was the center. But yes, good point. So he was the troublemaker. So who fixed it? Does the name... Sorry, what did you say? Okay, you are close, right? Mr. Inka, do you have gifts? You can give them a prize. Galileo Galilei. Let me grab his card. So I've written a few books, and one of them is called STEM Excellence. And you guys are, by God's grace, you're actually the first group that I'm talking to about STEM Excellence, my book. And I made these flashcards that has the names of scientists. And one of them is dedicated to Galileo Galilei, born in 1564. But it wasn't him, but he is key because he carried the torch further. The man's name was Nicholas Copernicus. That's why it's called the Copernican Revolution. Let me say this, guys. If Copernicus did not do what he did, we will be calculating things that will be going to the wrong planets. Copernicus gave us the right framework. And part of what Copernicus did, and some other key people, right, the printing press. You guys know the printing press? The printing press came in 1450. The Reformation happened in 1517. And then Copernicus' book came out in 1550. Those three things caused the revolution. That is the revolution we were living in and are still living in. But guys, just a few years ago, another one started called the AI revolution. Education as you know it is about to be thrown out the window. Now, some of you are like, do I have to take WAEC? Yes. It's not for you, your children maybe. Here's why that's important. AI will revolutionize how you learn. Use it to the best of your ability. Give us the next Andrew Wiles. Give us the next Isaac Newton. You're living in a revolution which will make learning more accessible, easier. AI can write you a textbook in a day of any kind. This is fascinating. So we are living in a revolution, and my hope as I land is this. Don't belittle yourselves. Value learning. Be a lifelong learner. Be curious. Ask questions. Because then you can become the best mathematician or scientist or whatever you go into. But do not forget the fundamentals. I am going to land my plane, and ultimately, you are, again, the scientific revolution was 1524, we're in 2025, so I tried my best to give you a 500-year history, and that's what my book, STEM Excellence, will discuss coming out later this year. 500 years of science history to prepare you to change the world moving forward. Amen? Amen. I'm going to stop there. Mr. Yinka, questions?